Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to do a little bit of pressure canning. Now, I'm pressure canning venison today, but you can pressure can any type of meat. So you go to the grocery store and you find a good buy on some meat. You can't use it all up at one time. Try pressure canning it. Now I'm doing pint jars today, and I'm doing just a few jars for experiment today, or for demonstration purposes today. But what I've done is I've packed the meat into the jars about an inch from the tops. You want to leave an inch headspace. And then what I do, a lot of people just prefer to pack the meat in and that's it, okay? What I like to do is I like to put a little bit of beef broth into each jar. That enriches the flavor of the venison. So after you completely fill your jars and you're ready to put the lids on, you want to take a little bit of vinegar on a paper towel, and you want to wipe each one of the brims of the jar. This clears any possible contaminants off of the jar. Then you place your lid on, hand tighten it. Don't go crazy with it, just hand tighten it. If I failed to mention, this is raw venison. This is a raw pack. Some people can, well, I've done cooked meat before, but with my venison I like to raw pack it. And the flavor that this produces is amazing, especially with the beef broth in it. And it's so useful. You know, after you can it, you can open a jar up and make some chili, hot roast beef sandwiches. I've even made sandwiches for my lunch with the meat right out of the jar. It's delicious, but there's so many options that you can use this, and it's very economical. And not only that, something else to keep in mind. This keeps a lot longer than keeping it in a freezer. And another aspect, say you have a freezer that goes bad and you have a bunch of meat in it. Try canning it. It's very economical. It keeps well. I'll be back. Now, after you place your jars into the pressure canner, you want to put your lid on pressure canner, and also I have about 2 inches of water in the base of it, and there's also a shield on the bottom to prevent the jars from getting direct heat from the flame. And also another thing is you'll have better turnout with your pressure canning if you use a gas stovetop. Electric just doesn't work right. So after you place your lid on the pressure canner, You want to wait till the water heats up and starts to steam. You'll see the steam coming out the top. And the steam will tell you that the water has reached proper heat levels. And after it starts to steam, you'll take your, what I call a jiggler, right there, and that goes on top like that. And then after this starts jiggling, you'll see it, it'll go like this. You'll want to turn your heat down to a lower range. And then you start a timer. Since I'm doing pints, I'll set my timer for 75 minutes. And if you're doing quarts, it's 90 minutes. I'll bring you back when the timer is up. Oh, and also, do not open this lid after the timer's up. Let it cool down on its own. If you take this lid off, you're in trouble. Believe me, don't do it. So I'll take you back when the process is completely done. Now this is the point where you want to turn down the heat. See, it's wiggling. It reached pressure and reached heat in the pressure system. Now I'll turn down the heat. And it'll be a gradual, like I call it, jiggle. It won't jiggle as violently. At this point, you want to start your timer. Since I'm doing pints, it'll be 75 minutes, quarts or 90. I'll bring you back. Now, upon completion of pressure cooking your canning product, you have a little tab right here that when the process is finished, it'll collapse. While it's pressure cooking, it'll be elevated. But after the liquid inside cools down, it'll collapse. That's your indication to know that your lid is ready to take off, and you can take your product out of the pressure cooker. Now be very careful because this could be hot. Now you can take this off, set it aside. That's your rocker. You'll twist it, twist the lid. It'll come off. Then you can remove your product with this tool right here. Now, if you gained anything from this video, I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. And I have other videos on my channel that's very informative. Feel free to go check them out. Now, once you take all your jars out of the pressure canner, take notice. jars will, I'm sorry, I'm moving you around here. Your jars, the lids on the top will have a little dimple as their sealing. Now, that little dimple, as the jars cool, which won't take very long, will depress. And you'll hear like a pop whenever they're sealed up. And you'll visually be able to see the little dimple kind of sink down into the jar. But there's the finished product, people. I hope you all enjoyed everything on how to pressure can. And again, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.